Hi everyone, today we are doing the direct tax marathon. I'll be covering the 5 heads of income. What I'm doing right now is the important MCQs for the tax executive exam. Now, as you all may be knowing, I am a partner at an international law firm. I deal with income tax on a regular basis, and hence I know a lot of these integrities which we have to pay attention to while preparing for the exam. Now, let's start with some of the important MCQs. Now, the first one, Bimal is an employee in a factory at a salary of 2,400 per month. He also gets a dearness allowance of 6,000 per month and a bonus of 2,200 per month. He retired on 31st of December and received 75,000 as gratuity under the Payment of Gratuity Act. After serving for 31 years and 4 months in the factory, the amount of gratuity exempt under income tax will be how much? Now, if you know, this is from the gratuity part of the chapter. Now, gratuity, you should remember, if it is a government employee, it is exempt. If it is an employee who's under POGA and any other employee, they will be taxed. If it is a government employee, it is exempt. So they are not subject to any tax. However, if it is a POGA employee, 15 upon 26, because they get 4 Sundays off, into last drawn salary into completed years of service plus 5 plus 6 months to be taken, more than 6 months to be taken as 1 year. For others, the same thing, okay, will be 15 upon 30 into average 10 months salary of the last 10 months instead of last drawn and completed years of service. So for others, this will become 15 upon 30 into average salary 10 months into completed years of service. Okay. Now, what is salary over here? Simple, basic plus DA. Over here, basic plus DA plus B, C, D and commission. Okay. All three. Here it will be basic plus DA only. Now, so hence, if we have this in our head, we know basic is what? 2,400 plus he got dearness of 600. So you can say his salary is how much? 3,000. And he retired on 31st December and he received gratuity of 75,000. Okay, so let's go by this. 15 upon 26 into 3,000 into 31. Okay, you'll get, let's do the calculation fast. 15 into 3,000 into 31, that is divided by 26, you'll get 53654. This will be your, the amount of gratuity exempt will be this. How did we do it? With this calculation. Okay, simple. So you remember gratuity, we have done the entire gratuity in just by doing one sum. The next one, Akash is entitled to get pension. As soon as you see pension, okay, you have to remember what pension will depend whether gratuity is received or not. So let's just revise the section properly. Okay, under pension, if you get during your monthly pension, if you get monthly pension, it will be taxable. Okay, if you commute, that is get a lump sum, okay, we call it commuted pension or lump sum pension. We call it commuted pension or lump sum pension. In that case, it will depend whether gratuity received or gratuity not received. If gratuity is received, your exemption is less, 1/3 exempt. If gratuity is not received, half is exempt. Okay, but half of what? Half exemption is full value of commuted pension. 1/3 or half depends on full value of commuted pension. So now let's read this. Akash is entitled to get a pension of 6,000 per month from a private company. he gets 60% of the pension commuted and receives 3,60,000. He also receives gratuity as 2 lakhs, the taxable commuted pension. So now they are just asking the commuted pension. What is the commuted pension? 3,60,000. Can I say this 3,60,000 is only 60%? So what will be the full 100%? Why you have to take full 100%? Because you have to take full value of commuted pension. So the full value of commuted pension, when you cross multiply, you get 6 lakhs. Okay. Now, has he received gratuity? You will say yes, gratuity received. If gratuity is received, how much is exempt? 1/3. 1/3 will be exempt. That is how much? 2 lakhs is exempt. So they are asking you how much is taxable. If 2 lakhs is exempt, taxable will be how much? Amount received minus exempt will be taxable. Okay. Got it? Now, next one. This is also, again, it has repeatedly come in the exam, is graded salary. Anjan joins the service in the grade of 15,600 to 39,100. So basically, he'll keep getting 15,600, okay, till he reaches 39,100. So there will be an increment every year. And whatever be the increment, from 15,600, his next increment will become 39,100. That will be his increment will happen every year, but his difference or the extra increment will happen when he reaches 39,100. Anyhow, we have to see he joins when? On 1/8. So from 1/8 to 31st March, how many months he worked? August, September, October, November, December, Jan, Feb, March. Okay, so you will say 8 months. 8 months ka salary you have to take. So what is his basic salary? 15,600. But he's also getting 6 plus a grade pay of 6,000. That also he'll get. So 15,600 plus 6,000 is getting 21,600. He gets dearness allowance. So dearness allowance you will just take plus 107%. That comes up to how much? 21,600 into 107%. 231. 23112 plus 21,600 will be 44,712. Into 12, that will be 5,364. You can't do into 12. You will do into 8 because he has worked for 8 months. So you get 44,712 into 8. You get 35,7696. Okay. Now this is his gross salary. Once you get the gross, you'll do standard deduction. Under section 16, you'll do standard deduction 50,000. What do you get his salary as? 3,07,700. You'll round it off. 96. You'll round it off. Now you have to find the tax on this. Now it should strike you immediately that if you can't waste time in finding the salary. Why? Because this is his taxable salary. Now you know that there is a rebate under 87A, which says that if your salary is up to 3,50,000, you will get a rebate of 12,500. So obviously his salary will be, his tax rebate will be 12,500. So I'll put the tax rebate. I'll find the taxable salary will be Less than 12,500, obviously, you will get a rebate. After rebate, tax will be 0. They are asking him tax liability. What is the tax liability? Immediately you click on 0. Understood? Now, next one. Chandan, handicapped employee. Now, immediately if he is handicapped, there is only exemption for transport allowance for handicapped. And that is how much? 3,200. So, his actual expenditure is 5,000 rupees. Doesn't matter. If he is handicapped and he receives money, up to 3,200 is exempt irrespective of the amount that he is used. It is exempt without any limit. So, exempt up to a limit. It is exempt up to a limit. What is the limit? Exempt up to limit. What is the limit? Limit for handicapped employees 3,200 per month. For normal person who is not handicapped, there is no such exemption. So in that case, it would be fully taxable. But here he is handicapped, so exempt. Okay, children education allowance by an employee from his employer's 80 per month for 3 children. Now, children education allowance is 100 per month per child for max 2 children. So, by default, for the first 2, it will be exempt because he has received 80 rupees. So, that will be exempt. For the third child, it will be fully taxable. So, that will be how much? For the third child, 960 will be fully taxable. Okay. Murthy is an employee in ABC. He is eligible for 24,000 as allowance for the academic and research work. Academic and research amount of academic and research allowance chargeable to tax is fully exempt. Okay, how will you remember this? For any person who is receiving as for research purposes, it is fully, the amount that is chargeable to tax will be nil. It is fully exempt. For research and development, if you have received any allowance, it is fully exempt. Hence, taxable will be 0. Now, next one. Central government officer received during the year 2021-22 salary excluding all allowances of 29 lakhs and an amount of entertainment allowance of 12,000 at the rate of 1,000 per month. The maximum amount of entertainment allowance so received by him being exempt under the section is how much? Under sections 16(2), the maximum amount, it is a flat amount, not monthly. It is 5,000 rupees. So even if he has got 12,000 rupees, exempt will be 5,000. So first you will add the 12,000 and then you will subtract under 16 5,000. Okay. Now, Charles Fried working in coal mines in Dhanbad was receiving underground allowance. Now, underground allowance is 800 rupees. Okay, of 2,000 per month. Amount received shall be treated as exempt. How much? 800 will be exempt. Remaining will be taxable. So, let's do it first. He is visually impaired. Now, he is employed in public sector undertaking. He was paid 30,000 for the financial year by way of transport allowance. How much of transport allowance is exempt? Now, how much? 3,200 per month is exempt. Okay, but if he has received 30,000, how can they exempt? 3,200 into 12? That is 38,400. They cannot exempt a higher amount. So whatever up to 38,400 is exempt. If he has received 30,000, 30,000 will be exempt. Okay, Chaturvedi is an employee in a company in Delhi. He was paid monthly house rent allowance, HRA, very important, can come. Okay, of 15,000 during the previous year. His basic plus DA eligible for retirement for the year ended is 12 lakhs. Chaturvedi paid 20,000 as rent per month. Now, whenever HRA comes, you have to do this. Okay. What is the HRA receipt? Because then only we'll find the first HRA receipt. Then second, 40 or 50% of salary. Here we'll take 50 because he's in Delhi. Okay. And third, rent paid minus 10% of salary. Now let's start. What is the HRA receipt? Monthly house rent. Monthly house rent. He was paid monthly house rent of 15,000 into 12. Okay. That comes up to how much? 1,80,000. Next, 50% of salary. What is his salary? His basic plus DA is 12 lakhs. So 50% of 12 lakhs is how much? 50% of 12 lakhs is 6 lakhs. Rent paid. How much has the rent been paid? Chaturvedi paid 20,000 into 12. Minus 10% of salary. What is his salary? We just saw 12 lakh ka 10%. So you get 1.2 lakhs. How much will the answer be? 1.2 lakhs. Compound the amount of HRA. The least of the following will be the HRA that is exempt. The remaining will be taxable. So they are asking you the exempt HRA. If you had to find the taxable HRA, what you would have done? 1,80,000 minus 1,80,000 minus 1.2 lakhs. That is 60,000 would be taxable. But please read the question. What is the question? What is exempt? So you will take 1,20,000 is exempt. State which of the following perquisite is not exempt perquisite for the assessment. Now, personal expenditure for credit card is not exempt. But if it was for official purpose, it would be exempt. So it should be official purpose. Personal expenditure is not exempt. Telephone facility, subsidized lunch, laptop given, all of this is exempt. Okay. Vignesh was appointed in XYZ on 1st December for a monthly salary of 80,000. He was not employed prior to the date. Compute the taxable salary on the assumption he has opted for 115 BAC. So you will take 80,000 for which month? December, Jan, Feb, March. Correct? 3,20,000 is what I will take into consideration. Now, if he is taken, now very important, compute the salary income. They are not asking you tax. So just do this and it's done. Okay. Now, Hajj is appointed BP in High Hope India, Mumbai on 1st February. He has been provided a car of 2,000 cubic capacity, which is exclusively used for private and personal purpose. Whenever it is private and personal purpose, very important, it is given by the employer. So you will take cost of asset, 10% of cost of asset. Simple. And whoever is paying the expenses, so if the employer is paying the expenses, the actual expenses incurred. Now, the actual cost of the car is 18 lakhs, so you will take 1.8 lakhs. And the monthly expenditure is 5,000. So you will take 5,000 into 12. That is 60k. This will be the total cost. So what will be the value of the perquisite? 2,40,000. Number of days in a month for purpose of computing gratuity in case of employee under POGA. We just did it. How much it is? And I told you also 26 days in a month. Why? Because 4 Sundays are excluded. So 26 is not there. Obviously, you take none of these. An employer provided free refreshment to his employee for which he incurred an amount of 80 rupees. State the amount which is treated as perquisite for the employee and is taxable under 115 BAC of the Income Tax Act. So now obviously the amount of refreshment that you got under 115 BAC, nothing is exempt. All exemptions are taken away under 115 BAC. So in that case, is taxable. So how much will be taxable? Will be 80. 115 BAC, remember you have to, and now we are doing all the sums of 115 BAC including the first one that we skipped. Okay, so first let's do everything else. The last part we are doing 115 BAC. Priya, an employee of S Limited, have received the amount of retrenchment compensation as she is going out of the company due to retrenchment. Now, whenever retrenchment comes, you have to immediately take 15 days of salary, okay, into completed years of service plus. Now, 15 days of average salary, okay. Now, due to retrenchment, total years is 17 years. So they have given that. The average pay equal to 15 days is 30,500. So you will do that to get the salary. So I am getting 5,18,500. But they are not saying that. You are required to compute the income which is chargeable under the head salaries in the hands of Priya. So how much will be? 5,15,800 is 500 is the salary. What is the salary? 5,15,000. Compute the income which is chargeable under the head salaries in the hands of Priya. Okay, so you will get the first one. Non-government employee stays at Delhi, receives a basic of 60,000, dearness allowance of 3,000. Okay, and is also given rent-free furnished home. The fair rent of the houses. So you are getting rent. And you're also getting furniture. For furniture, it is simple, and the rent of furniture is 24,000 per annum. Okay, and the fair rent is 1,20,000 per annum. But for rent, you have to compare. See, for furniture, you will take 10% cost of asset if it is owned by the employer. But here it is not; it is just rented. For rent of house, you have to take 15% of salary. You will have to compute it. So you will take 60,000 plus 3,000 into 12, which will be 7,56,000 into 15%. So that comes up to, instead of 1,20,000, I have to compare it with 15% of my salary. Whichever is lesser will be the amount of rent which will be taken as my perquisite. So I'll just add 24,000 here for the furniture, and that will be what I will have to pay. That comes up to 1,37,400. Okay, compute the tax liability. The tax liability, this is for the perquisite, but they are saying tax liability for the assessment year. So that includes his normal salary as well. So received a basic of 60,000, dearness of 3,000. So I'll take my salary income also, because perquisite is 1,37,400. What is his salary? So you will take 63,000 into 12. You'll get 7,56,000 plus 1,37,400, 8,93,400. Okay, compute the tax liability. You have to find the tax liability for the assessment year. So you have to find the tax liability. Not even, this is the gross salary. Okay, now let's do it together. How much? 1 lakh? 1,20,000 13,400 plus 21 lakh 400 plus 24,000, 1,37,400. Perfect. So you'll get 8,93,000. This is the gross salary. Less standard deduction. Very important. Don't forget that. So I'm just doing this so that you all can see. Standard deduction 50,000. So how much would you get? 8,93,400 minus 50,000 will give you 8,43,400. Okay. Now you have to find what is the tax liability, tax payable. So you take 0 to 2.5 lakhs is exempt. 2.5 lakhs to 5 lakhs, 5% of 2.5 lakhs. So it will give you 12,500. Okay. Then 5 lakh to 10 lakh. But obviously you don't have 10 lakhs, so you will take 8 lakh 43. 8 lakh 43,400. That comes up to how much? Minus 5 lakh. 3 lakh 43,400 into 5, 20, 30, right? So you take into 20%. That will be 686. 686. 68680. Okay, so now let's do this plus. You add this plus you add this, you'll get 81,180. Okay, now still you have to add 4% cess, but this answer that they are giving you is without the cess. Okay, so please don't go ahead and say this is the answer. The correct answer is you will add the cess 84427. Okay, so what will be the correct answer? This will be your correct answer after adding the cess. Got it? Now let's go back to one important question that we had left here. Okay, so this is your normal taxation. Now let's come to your 1/1 BAC taxation. Okay, now what is 1/1 BAC taxation? Whenever 1/1/5 BAC comes, there is no exemption that is available except for if you have hired new employees under 80 JJA. Okay, that one exemption they have allowed for some reason. And the 50,000 deduction for your pension. Now 81 subsection B. Okay, now under 115 BAC, why this becomes important? Because your tax limits of 5, 20, 30 are now changed to 2.5, 5, then 7.5, 10. So first just let's brush up on that so that one part is done with. So first I'm just saying it. Okay, let me write it down so that it will become better. The individual has an option to go for 115 BAC. So 0 to 2.5 lakhs. It will have to pay no tax. Obviously 2.5 lakhs to 5 lakhs. It is 5%. Then 5 lakhs to 5 lakhs to 7.5 lakhs to 7.5 lakhs. It is 10%. 7.5 lakhs to 10 lakhs is 15%. 10 lakhs to 12.5 lakhs is 20%. 12.5 lakhs to 15 lakhs is 25%, and above 15 lakhs is 30%. Now if you see, the percentages have changed. Instead of 5, 20, 30, you have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. But what is the catch over here? There are no deductions available. No deductions at all. So basically, if you're opting for 115 BAC, you cannot avail any deductions. Okay, now what they are saying, he is a pensioner and he has earned 5,50,000. So if he has earned 5,50,000, let's do, what will you do? Let's do his tax. They are asking you his net tax liability. Simple. So up to 2.5 lakhs, it's nil. 2.5 lakhs to 5 lakhs. Okay, that will be how much? You will take for the first 2.5 lakhs into 5%. Okay, then 5 lakhs to, it is 5,50,000, correct? So for 50,000 into 10%. So you have 5,000 here. Into 12,500. You get 17,500 here. Okay, but that is not the answer. Plus, you have to always take. So this is your tax plus 4% cess. You add 4% cess over here. You get 18,200. Okay, this is how you will do it. Remember, 115 BAC could come in the exam. So this is salary. We have done all the important MCQs.